Hey guys, welcome to the final recap of King of the Nerds. It's the finale, finally. So it's the final four, and the show opens with Ivan wishing upon a star. That was probably about the funniest moment all season. It was just great. He was just like, loved it. Alright, and Celeste and Genevieve, they kind of had a little alliance, but now they're experiencing a little bit of fallout from that because they kind of threw each other under the bus. Alright, so it's segue time, but they called them nerd movers. I don't know whether they weren't allowed to say segways or they just wanted to say nerd movers, but it's time for the Maze of Terror. It was quite dangerous to ride the segways. They had to wear helmets and knee pads and elbow pads. There was a lot of crashing and falling and wiping out, and that's just when they were practicing. So the three people out of the four who make it through the Maze of Terror first are advancing to the Nerd Bowl. So the Maze of Terror turned out to be a pretty lame maze, not terror. It was just basically some guides on the ground that they had to go through. And Genevieve kind of had an advantage because she learned her skill in mazes from Nancy Drew, and everybody knows she's the queen of mazes. So Ivan hit a dead end, and if you hit a dead end, you have to go back to the beginning. So he went back to the beginning. He made up some time. It looked like he was going to pull it out of his butt and come in third, which would have eliminated Celeste. But he had a deer in the headlights moment. She passed him. He freaked out. He wiped out, and then it was done. Ivan was eliminated. Ouch. I really liked Ivan. I was hoping that he would at least be in the final two. Alright, so it's an all-girl final, which means it's Celeste, Genevieve, and Danielle. So they are all going into the Nerd Bowl, which is basically Nerd Jeopardy. And instead of a high-tech electronics board that has the questions, they have a bunch of lockers. It's very low-tech. Alright, so Danielle, she was screwing up. She was getting the video game questions wrong. Genevieve was getting the comic book questions wrong. Celeste was really doing pretty well. She was in the lead for most of it. But then Danielle was eliminated because Genevieve caught up and they tied. Celeste and Genevieve tied, and Danielle missed out by 1 point. And she was crushed. She was really kind of bitter too, like in a bad way. All of the eliminated nerds return, including Danielle, and they are informed that they are going to help pick the winner, the king of the nerds, who will sit upon the throne of games. I couldn't remember what it was called there for a minute. Alright, so Genevieve is, well, the nerds return, but they are also spending the night. They're spending the night with the two finalists to chill, see how they're going to vote the next day. So Genevieve's they're both working the house, but Genevieve is like, I deserve to win because, and Celeste was all like, well, I was really shy and now I was on my personal growth journey, and you get the idea. The nerds were having a great time though. The pressure was off now, well, except for the Genevieve and Celeste. Hendrix playing spaceman in the pool. Everybody's getting their drinky on. You know hilarity will ensue when nerds start drinking. Except if your name's Alana. She was just a creeper. Alright, so throne room time. Bend the knee. I will miss Curtis saying that so much. Celeste and Genevieve both get to make statements to the rest of the people. They pass out the tablets of power, which are iPads. It looked like at least second generation, so they weren't that bad. And then it's time to vote. I thought for sure Genevieve had this in the bag because it seemed like she was more representative of nerddom, and she was definitely better at this game. She was put into the nerd off like 3 times. But the nerds identified with the personal journey story and they selected Celeste 5-3. They never did show what the final vote was because they didn't have to. So I'm a little disappointed, but congratulations, Celeste. Enjoy the money. You earned it. It was a cable show about nerds. Okay. If you're gonna miss it like I am, don't worry. There's season 2. I don't know when it is, but I guess if you're interested, you should probably send in a videotape and try out for it because they're probably still casting. Alright, kids, so hopefully there'll be a season 2 and they're not just blowing smoke. Alright, till next time, much love.